Hi guys, today I'm back with another foundation review, and I'm reviewing a new drugstore foundation, which is my absolute favorite. I found this at Shoppers Drug Mart and I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it. It's the Revlon Color Stay Light Cover Foundation. So I'm going to review this today. As always, I will have timestamps down below if you'd like to skip ahead. I'll be showing you before and after, how it looks in flash photo, how it looks in natural light, and I'll wear it throughout the day and show you how it looks at the end of the day, so you'll be able to decide if you want to pick it up for yourself. I will have previous foundation reviews linked down below, and of course if you enjoy this style of video, be sure to subscribe. But let's go ahead and get started. So I picked this foundation up at Shoppers Drug Mart a little while ago. I can't remember exactly how much I paid. It may have been maybe $18. It's going to vary store to store. Walmart will generally be a little bit less. It may go on sale. In the US it'll be a different price as well. But you do get 30 milliliters in here, which is the average size of a foundation. I will say I do not like the packaging. The original Color Stay I thought looked pretty sharp. It had a glass bottle, eventually ended up with a pump. The Revlon Candid is another favorite of mine. I will link my Revlon reviews down below. That packaging was it was nice. I felt really no way about it. This to me looks firstly a little bit cheap. I don't love the way it looks. I feel like it could be like a borderline trying to be like a Glossier, even the way Quo has done their new packaging with the sort of minimalistic borderline cutesy. But this to me just ends up looking a little bit cheap, and it looks like a fake foundation bottle that you'd get with like a plastic vanity as a child. Am I going too far down the road here? It doesn't really matter. I have it in the shade 440 Caramel. I've worn anywhere between I think 415 to 440. This only comes in 12 shades, which is not many shades for any range, and especially from Revlon. They generally do a pretty good job, but this is a lighter coverage foundation, so more people will fit in the range than if it was a full coverage foundation like the original Color Stay. So I don't know. It looks like it is an actual range though. I will give them that, but I haven't actually seen the entire thing in person, and because the packaging, that's my other issue with the packaging, is you can't really tell what the shade is, but let me put 100 caveats on everything that I say. At the very least, it seems like they're trying to stay consistent in the shades from range to range, so that does make it a little easier to pick up. I don't know if that's any bit of useful information, but those are all of my thoughts. But let me go ahead and let's get into application. I'm going to shake up the bottle. I'm not going to prime my skin. I've worn this with and without primer. This is not a first impression. I've worn this many times, and you'll see it's got a little kind of a spout there at the top, so I'm just going to put a bit out on my hand. I'll start with about that much. It's pretty liquidy. I'm going to use a brush today. I've used a sponge as well. This is the Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush. This was limited edition packaging, but it still exists in their line. I will say, and I'm not sure what shade goes underneath this, but because there's only 12 shades in here, I'm guessing this will probably be the best one for me. If you watched a recent Get Ready With Me, I did actually buy 3 shades of this foundation, but when I got home, I actually bought 2 of the same shade that I already had and 1 darker than what I had intended, because I didn't actually look at the shades when I was purchasing them. I just picked them out of the display like a rookie. So don't make that same mistake. But all of that to say that this is not as neutral or golden as I would like it to be. It has a little bit more orangey and warmer undertones in it than I would like. But again, because it's light coverage, you can kind of get away with it. But it depends. I was excited to see this launch. I don't know if I'm just like out of the loop, but I feel like they should have talked more about it because everybody is kind of more into light coverage things lately. So you can see that is just kind of a light application. I've also got a lot of redness around my eyes. You'll notice I'm really dry eyes right now, so that's what that's about. No scent really as well. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Something else that should be noted is that on the American website, it lists itself as having SPF 35. In Canada, the rules are different here, so I'm trying to look at the ingredients on here, and I'll let you know here on the screen. I'm pretty sure the ingredients are the same between the Canadian and American, but in Canada we just can't say that it has SPF, but I will also do a flash photo test as well. And I do recommend putting on a separate SPF to foundation anyways, but just something to note. So I'm going to keep my makeup really light today, so that's all I'm going to build up there. We'll do the other side. I was super excited to see this. I absolutely love the Revlon Candid, and I thought the Revlon Candid Glow were good. I'll link those down below. I don't think I've ever actually, believe it or not, reviewed the original Color Stay for oily. Maybe I reviewed it for oily years ago, perhaps on my old channel. But I do have the idea that I do want to review like the old school foundation, so let me know if you're interested in that. Because I was going to review the L'Oreal True Match that was in the little bottle, but they've recently relaunched it, so perhaps there's something there. But like I said, this does have a little bit more on the orange undertones, but you'll see because it is lighter coverage, I'm able to blend it in. And this is an easy to use foundation. I feel like you could use a brush, a sponge, or fingers with it. I haven't tried fingers with it, but because it is lighter, it really gives you playtime and it's easily blended into the skin. So as you can see, it has nice light coverage. They don't really have any claims for, I mean, the foundation is called Light Cover. On the website, they just say it's buildable. They say the shades are adaptable, and no real comments on the finish, but they do say it's hydrating and it's also meant to last for 12 hours. So I would say the coverage is a little bit luminous, but it's not like it's starting to set into my skin, and I'm gonna set it with powder anyways. Coverage is definitely on the light side, but I really appreciate that. If you're looking to build it up more, I would go for the Candid or the original Color Stay. This is definitely meant to be light coverage, so treat it as such, if that makes sense, because you don't want to pile it onto your face. It's just not what it's meant for. So yeah, I really do feel like the fact that it has 12 shades is not good, and I am not condoning it, but because it is lighter coverage, you can see once I blend this into my skin, it does do a better job. So as long as that range is there, I can give them like a slight pass on the shade range, but obviously more is always better when it comes to that. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, which won't be much. I'm keeping it quite light today in keeping with the foundation, and I will take some flash photos and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with the rest of my makeup on, and as always, everything that I'm wearing on my face will be listed down below, but I think things look really good. It looks nice and lightweight. It feels like nothing as well. I did set with a smidge of powder foundation. That's my favorite way to do it, but you can also do it without. You don't have to do that. I would definitely set this myself. Not that it felt like it was going to slip around, but that's what I always do. And I did want to kind of mattify it just slightly. So I think it looks really good. You'll see in the photos, you're definitely getting a little bit of shine here in my studio lighting. But what I thought was interesting was in the flash photo test, there was no flashback, but I do have to double check on the SPF because it could be a number of things. It could be that it doesn't have SPF in it, which I'm thinking is not the case. My guess is that because it is a lighter coverage and I didn't put that much on my face, I'm not going to get the major flashback that I would from something that was more full coverage. But either way, it looks really good, which I think is awesome. It's the kind of thing that I feel like I can wear without concealer or any other real makeup, just as almost like a tint to use really, really lightly for a little bit of added coverage or warmth or whatever it is that you're just kind of running out and want to put something on your face. It's really versatile like that, which I really love. So I'm going to go ahead now and wear this for a few more hours, and I will check back with you in some natural light. Hey guys, coming to you with my midday check-in in some gorgeous natural light. It's going up to 14 degrees in Toronto today. The sun is shining. I'm going out for a walk shortly. This has been the most productive day of my life. I filmed 2 videos, edited a video, made some chili, made some cornbread. It's 11:26 a.m. Killing it, but I'm just getting very tired. I woke up very early this morning. Anyways, that's not why you're here for that. You don't care. Onto the foundation. It looks gorgeous. I think you can see in terms of the shade, my skin is definitely not as warm as the foundation. It's nothing like heinous by any means, but still looks and feels really good on my skin. I'm not very oily right now, though, I will say that. So for my super oily girls, I'm not going to be able to give you, super oily people, sorry, I'm not going to be able to give you the best indication, but I will say at the end of the day, like, I can still kind of tell what's going to be good and what's not. So I will be sure to check in with you in a few hours, but it doesn't look like anything has oxidized. Still feels really, really comfortable. It doesn't feel like anything on my skin and looks quite natural as well. And as my natural oils have started to push through a little bit, it looks even more natural. So I will check back this evening. Okay, it is the end of the day for me, which is actually kind of early, but because I woke up at 4:30 a.m., my day day is ending earlier. But I've had this foundation on for quite some time, and I have been testing it out for the past few weeks. I just haven't gotten around to reviewing it. I will say that I love this foundation. I've been wearing it often, especially on days where I want to do low makeup to kind of like no makeup looks. Either I'll wear it on its own with a little powder, or I'll do a light makeup look like I did today, and I feel like it wears really nicely. It looks good in photo and in video. A lot of the time things that are a little bit more full coverage look better in photo and video, but I do still think it gives a really nice look to the skin, and in person I think it's wonderful. The biggest downfall to this foundation is probably the shade range, although if you're really able to fit a couple of people under each shade, then it's a little better. But that is definitely a downfall. I would love to see more shades either way, no matter the coverage, but I definitely love this. I think there's not a ton of light coverage products at the drugstore. This would be equitable to like, it's not probably in texture as similar to like a tinted moisturizer, but same general look and finish on the skin. And I feel like the majority of skin types would enjoy this. With oilier skin, you're probably going to want to mattify, definitely powder, and a drier skin type, you may be able to get away with using this on its own. But I'd love to hear from you if you have used this. I definitely really like it and will be continuing to use it. Oh, and I hate the packaging too, but you know, what can I do? So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!